And welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Here today, we're going to be doing another 5-year rebuild. This time, we're trying our luck with the Detroit Lions. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. Please leave a like, comment down below what you thought of today's action, and don't forget to subscribe. Well, I think we can all agree Detroit is a team where they have both Super Bowl aspirations, but they can definitely be one of the top teams within this league for the next 5+ seasons. And as we are now taking over as the Lions with Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and various other talent here on the offensive side of the ball, I'm hoping that this will be the rebuild where we don't just make it to the playoffs every single time, every year, but we at least make it to a Super Bowl. I have yet to show you guys, or given you guys even a Super Bowl type of roster, so hopefully we can do so. Detroit has one of the best offensive lines in the league with Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Jamal Gibbs. Those are their 3 top playmakers. Williams here, we're going to see if he can develop into a top playmaker here at wide receiver. That 98 speed, something that you cannot teach. But don't sleep on this defense either. They're very talented. Aidan Hutchinson leads the way. They brought in Carlson Davis, an underrated move. They have young linebackers that are making plays, but Aidan Hutchinson here, the staple, the playmaker on this defense. So let's get through year 1. Let's see what we can do. Let's get to the midway point. And yeah, I have high expectations for this team. Well, this is an interesting start. 2-4. Not really, I think, what any of us expected for this Lions team. Jared Goff, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Goff will be a quarterback that we're going to have to replace sooner or later. He's an above average guy, but going to soon enough be 30. So quarterback is still in need for us, but he's not producing. Jamal Gibbs here, he has under 4 yards a carry. That definitely stings. Amon-Ra St. Brown is playing excellently, but we're not really running the football, putting up too many points. And our defense here, they're not doing much in terms of turnovers or even sacks. I think we're just underperforming right now, which is kind of surprising. We have about $80 million to work with. Few important guys to keep around this roster. And right now, Ali McNeil here, probably the most important for us. Want to make sure that we can keep him long-term, so a 3-year deal. But for Carlson Davis and all these other players, I think right now we're gonna wait and see, kind of. Yeah, we have a lot of big contracts to hand out in these upcoming seasons. So let's get through the rest of year 1, and hopefully we can turn this year around. Definitely not the start to this 5-year rebuild that I expected. A 6-11 record. Jared Goff was a turnover-prone guy. 27 touchdowns. He did throw over 4,000 passing yards, but from here on out, he's just going to kind of get worse. Do we look to replace Goff in the first season? 3.7 or 3.4 yards a carry for Gibbs, 7 touchdowns. I mean, couldn't really run the football. St. Brown here, he was the offense. Williams proved to be a solid contributor. 100%. He might be the long-term number 2 wide receiver. We do have to figure out who the 3rd guy is, but Sam Laporta, he also helped out. The offensive line, in my opinion, played good. And then defensively, it looks like it's the Aidan Hutchinson show and kind of everyone else. So, gotta improve this defense a little bit. Might have to consider drafting a new quarterback, but yeah, so we have a lot of decisions to make. I forgot to show you guys the yearly awards. So let's see if there's any Lions. I'm not expecting that many. Maybe Aidan Hutchinson. He did win it, so he ran Defensive Lineman of the Year. But that's it. So let's get to the Pro Bowl list. Forget about year 1. Here's the Pro Bowl list here. No quarterbacks. Definitely no running backs. St. Brown is number 1. So happy to see that. Offensive line. Our center, Frank Ragnow, he got in. Penei Sewell. We got 2 linemen, Aidan Hutchinson, got in on defense. Not expecting any other defender, but our offensive line is still proving to be one of the best in the league. We still have a top-tier receiver and a top-tier pass rusher. We just gotta kind of just have to add pieces around them, and hopefully it will be enough to help us in these next 4 years. In terms of Super Bowl winners, it is the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts. It was the Super Bowl of Pennsylvania, with the Pittsburgh Steelers losing 34-28. Close game. Not expecting that many retirements. I don't really know how old these rosters are. Kevin Zeitler, starting right guard, he's gone. He's retiring, so gotta figure that out. I think the 2 guard positions is somewhere is a spot where you can upgrade in. Currently $84 million. Aidan Hutchinson, definitely gonna pick up this 5th-year option with him. And with Carlson Davis wanting now less money, I am going to offer him a 2-year deal, trying to just keep a top corner on the roster. And then Jameson Williams here. He's coming off of a very good season. So with that, I am going to give him this 5th-year option. Emmanuel Mosley, I think for all of these guys, we're going to kind of just let them go. Yeah, I don't see anyone else here that I want to keep. So we'll go into open free agency with $74 million. Current state of the team, we still have Jared Goff. St. Brown kept his development trait. I think interior offensive line, the 2 guard positions could help out. I don't know if a guy like David Montgomery could be a trade piece. We would save $2 million, but Montgomery could be on the move just because he does have a high overall. He could be a quality back for a team. Need a number 3 receiver. Yeah, we can't get out of his contract, but need a number 3 receiver, so a little bit of help on the offense. And then defensively, maybe an interior defensive lineman and some help on this linebacking room. I think after that, I think we're kind of set here. We have good corners, so don't have to worry about that. So I got 5 targets here. I know 2 of them are in their late 30s, but are kind of in their 30s. Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack here. 2 guys that would be instant difference makers and day 1 starters. Isaiah Wynn and Ricky Stormberg here. 2 offensive lineman upgrades, and Sam Hubbard to be just a solid band-aid. Mack has not signed. Isaiah Wynn has not signed, but we got Sam Hubbard and Ricky. We did not get Amari Cooper, so 3rd receiver still out there. And pass rusher and offensive line is still kind of a need. So we'll see what we can do. DeAndre Hopkins is still out there. There's not too much, I think, left out there that we could bring in here. So let's just get to the draft. We should have a top pick. We only won 6 games, so we should have a top pick. Potentially use it on the quarterback. Who knows? So as we enter now into the draft class, I think we're going to kind of not look at offensive linemen, running back, or tight end. Might try to target a receiver. That would probably be one move. But I think it's mostly the defense that I'm going to focus in on. Maybe get another defensive lineman, and definitely an inside linebacker will definitely help us. So I think those are kind of more the moves. Now we'll see here. We pick at 9 if a quarterback falls to us. There isn't a quarterback that has round 1 to 2 talent or better. So Josh Hutchins here, inside linebacker. I know if he's a run stopper, but we're going to take him here at 9. Top 6 in the class. 84 speed, Hinton Dev, 23 years old. Him and Jack Campbell will be able to stop the run and hopefully develop into 2 good cover linebackers. As we're now going to go to turn to the receiver position, Devontae Edwards here, helping out the offense. 11th in true value when we got here in the 2nd round. 89 speed, normal dev. Hopefully he can play in the slot. Only a 2-person draft for us. Josh Hutchins here, top linebacker in the class. Got to work on his coverage skills, but coming out, he's an excellent run stopper, so I think that should help us out. And Devontae Edwards here, 75 overall. He'll be the number 3 guy entering into this season. And the CPU was able to get us a couple solid depth pieces. You know, not too shabby in my opinion. We got 2 difference makers. The team slightly improved as we enter into year 2, so hopefully we can have a better season. This will be the roster as we enter it into year 3. Rookie's gonna make kind of more of an impact. Devontae Edwards will be our number 3 receiver. Rookie Stoneberg here, hopefully to shore up a little bit more of this offensive line. And Josh Hutchinson here, expected to be a big-time starter. I'm gonna put McNeil here on the defensive line as we do still have DJ Reader. I think we're a better team. And it looks like the CPU got us a hidden dev rookie linebacker here. Might be a reason to start him soon. But let's go into year 2. We are underdogs, so hopefully that can turn our season into a winning record. Well, the 3-4 record isn't awful, isn't great either. Better than last year. Jared Goff putting up better numbers in my opinion. 15 touchdowns, 5 picks. We're able to run the football a little bit better. And passing wise, we're still doing pretty good. Edwards here, okay numbers. Offensively, we're doing great. Defensively, slowly trying to figure it out. Hopefully we can do so. We have a top 10 offense, at least in terms of yards. And then defensively, we're kind of one of the more below average. So hopefully in the second half of the season, our defense can turn it around and our offense can stay hot. No, I knew I forgot to look at something. I forgot to try to re-sign players, so it's gonna be interesting. Though we went 8-9, didn't make the postseason, did improve by 2 wins though. Jared, 35 touchdowns, 10 picks. This is more of a season that you're expecting from Goff, but now entering into age 30 plus, it's kind of gonna be forcing time for us to figure out a new quarterback. Unable to run the football at all. Jamal Gibbs, 800 yards and 11 scores. That's surprising. He kind of slowed down. 2 1,000-yard receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown produces again. 21 touchdowns, 1,500 yards, and over 100 receptions. Offensive line, they played also very well. And then defensively, Hutchinson provided, and the rest of the defense, we need to find another pass rusher. We got turnovers. The team played overall very well. A top 10 offense in terms of yards, and defensively 13th. That's not terrible. Gotta figure out our running game. St. Brown is the offensive player of the year. And for anything else, he's the best receiver. We have the best defensive lineman. Gotta figure out, our 2 superstars are producing. We have to figure everything else around. So let's see what we can do here in year 3. Here's the Pro Bowl list. First quarterback to make it is Jared Goff for me. So St. Brown gets back in. Frank Ragnow as well. Penei Sewell as well. Aidan Hutchinson. So the guys that we expect to be making it into the Pro Bowl are, it's just, can we now find someone else somewhere on this team to produce at a high level as well. This year's Super Bowl champs are the Minnesota Vikings, winning 24-17. JJ McCarthy is your Super Bowl MVP. And now retirements. Not expecting too many. We could see a lot. Raymond here, receiver, he retires. We already drafted his replacement, so not too worried about that. But now we're entered into re-signing with not a lot of money and 12 players. Jamal Gibbs here. Jack Campbell need 5th-year option. So we have Kirby Joseph, David Montgomery, DJ Reader. We don't have a lot of money to re-sign any of these guys. I don't even think we could if we wanted to. So Gibbs here, I will pick up the option for. Same thing with Jack Campbell. Don't really want these 2 guys to leave the building. Kirby Joseph, this is an interesting one because I don't want to find a new safety. So we will extend Kirby, leaving us literally with nothing. So I think this will be a very quick free agency. I will try to save some sort of money, but we do have holes on the defense that we're going to have to figure out. Current state of the team right now, I've yet to make any sort of cuts or anything. You could say left guard is the position of need on the offense, but I think our offense is kind of set. Defensively, we got to find help on the defensive line. You could say linebacker, actually outside linebacker, definitely. But after that, it's mostly this interior defense. It's mostly D linemen and outside linebackers we need. Let's see if we can save any sort of money. I doubt it, but we might be able to. No major cuts for this team, so I'm not going to be targeting any of these free agents. Yes, there's probably a player or two in here that I would want to target, but we don't have the money to do so. So let's just get to the draft. Hopefully we can have a good draft class. We need help on the front seven, so that will be my major focus. But if there's an opportunity to get a quarterback, I will try to do so. And as we enter into this draft class here, of course, you could sit here and say right guard is in need. Quarterback is still in need, I think. Defensively, we need help at linebacker, interior front three. Corner could be an option as well. We're a very top-heavy team right now, and so we need to be able to draft very well here. So we're going to take an outside linebacker here. Will Brunson here. He is a pass rusher. I'm hoping that he can come in here and be a guy for us. He has hidden dev. We did draft him pretty high, higher than he was expected to, but we've seen those players work out in the past. Tyler Willie here. Guard. I wanted to leave this draft class with a good offensive lineman. And a B+ pick, 87 strength, hidden dev. Can't go wrong with that selection. And then we're going to go back to the linebacker spot. Barry Felix here. He's a good cover linebacker. So we took the pass rusher in the first round, outside linebacker. Now we get a cover linebacker here in the third. Taking 3 selections here, 2 linebackers. Will here starts off as a 74 overall. Good hit power, good power moves to start off. I think he will be a good pass rusher for us for the next few seasons. Got a guard here, Tyler. Solid all around. He's got to work on his run blocking a little bit, but hey, we struggle to run the football anyway, so who cares? And then Barry here. He'll be another good starter on this defense. Just got to work on his cover skills. I'm happy about that. And it looks like the CPU got us a couple defensive linemen and a quarterback here. Jesse Alexander here. Solid accuracies across the board. He might have a true opportunity to become the successor to Jared Goff if it comes down to it. As now we're entering into year 3. Well, we're hoping for second year. We're hoping the players that I've drafted can improve this team. We're starting Tyler here at guard. Devontae Edwards here needs to have a good second season. Defensively, we're going with another rookie here and another one here, second year player here in Morris. I didn't draft, but the CPU did. So we're getting younger on defense. We're getting younger across the board, but it's not just about getting younger. It's about winning games here. So hopefully here in the first half of the season, we can have a hot start. Well, this is not a hot start whatsoever. A 2-5. My God, I don't truly understand golf here. 13 touchdowns, 6 picks. Not the hottest start. We're unable to run the football. St. Brown's playing well, but the story continues with this team. Our top tier players are producing. It's just everyone else around them isn't. And, you know, we have to figure this team out quickly now. $81 million. Aidan Hutchinson needs a new deal. Same with Sam Lapora. Brian Branch here. Frank Reck. Oh my God. We have so many big name free agents and so many key starters that need a new deal. So for Carlton Davis, it will be kind of more of an icing on the cake. For Jamison Williams, I don't think we're going to try to get him, but I think these 4 guys, Frank Ragnow, Branch, Sam, and Hutchinson, these are the key guys that we need to keep. So Frank Ragnow here is looking for a better fit. So don't get him on his first attempt. Aidan Hutchinson here. Trying to make this a 4-year deal. He does sign. We have $35 million to split between these two playmakers. We're going to go with Branch here. We're going to start with him, see if we can get him. And he wants more towards his interests, which I really know how to improve on that. Sam Lapora here. And it's the same thing. So we'll see. But for Jamison Williams and Carlton Davis, I think these are two guys we're going to look to trade. I think that we try to get max value back for these two, you know, quality starters and just try to get a draft pick or two. And a deal has been made here. The Giants offered us, I think, Andrew Thomas and a draft and a couple later round picks. But I'm going to get a 2nd round pick as well. We're giving them also the 3rd round pick. So we're kind of just trading up here. But we get Andrew Thomas. He already signed a contract extension. So we kind of shore up more of this offensive line. We get a talented tackle. And we can look to move off of Taylor Decker. Probably, we could even look to do that now if we wanted to. I don't know how much longer Decker has in terms of his contract. He has another season. But I think for right now, we're going to hold on to him just because I think we could save more money. But yeah, let's see if we can turn this season around. I'm not expecting to do so, but hopefully we can. Well, we're back to a 6-11 record. Not the type of campaign that you want to see. Jared Goff back to kind of his old ways. Still can't really run the football with Jamal Gibbs, which is so surprising. Got some production here from Devontae Edwards. Really kind of wanted to see him put up more. Defensively, well, Will here in his first year played pretty well. Yeah, so we're kind of now going into this open, or this offseason and this re-signing phase, not knowing if we're going to be able to keep all of our talent, really. First, let's check out the Pro Bowl. No quarterback. Of course, no running back. Surprisingly, no receiver. Sam got in. Same with Frank Ragnow, Penei Sewell, Aidan Hutchinson. We got a couple, but still a lot of work to do, I guess, with this team. I'm so surprised. Am I just cursed? Is that really what's happening here? Well, this year's Super Bowl champs are the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence is your MVP. I recognize I didn't go through the yearly awards. I'm sorry, guys. I forget from time to time. In terms of retirements, I don't think so, but we might have one. No one retired. It's gonna be tough now in terms of re-signing because we're not gonna have a ton of money. We only have $18 million. Sam Lapora, and we have a lot of key guys. Now, granted, if we don't get them all, we will be able to negotiate with Frank Ragnow. I think this is a fair 3-year contract extension. Branch here. I'm gonna take it down to a 4-year deal with him. He does not want to come back. Sam, I'm gonna offer him a 3-year deal, and he also rejects us. So we're gonna give him the 5th-year option. Do we want to tag either Sam or Branch? I think we tag Branch. We let Sam walk. We gotta find Jared Goff some offensive weapons or a new quarterback and get him offensive weapons as well. Well, right now we're in the red in terms of money, and this is the state of the team. We have an offensive line. We could definitely gotta move off of Decker right now, but we have a line, which is nice. We gotta figure out the tight end position. I want to figure out Gibbs, but I don't. I think right now we're gonna have to continue pushing that back, kick that can down the road, unless we could get a different running back on the team. But I just don't think that that's gonna be really possible. Defensively, well, we have our secondary. We could look for a 3rd corner. We could look for another defensive lineman. So I'm going to see if we can get out of the red, but we might not be participating again in free agency. We're going to trade away Taylor Decker here to the Buffalo Bills, get a second-round pick. So we will have draft capital. We'll have 3 second-round picks. And with that, we have $16 million. Maybe we try to make a move. I mean, I think right now I'm going to again stay out of free agency. I know we could improve the roster pretty, maybe significantly. Jalen Reed here, he could be a good option. And maybe we should go after Reed. He has interest in coming here. It would be all of our money, but it gives us a third receiver. Or a true number two, actually a number 2 guy, because we moved off of Williams. So we did get Reed, so that's receiver. We don't have to worry about that in this draft class, but tight end. Got to think about quarterback with the first round. We have 3 second-round picks, so we have ability to, if we want to move up, we could. It's just, I think we're going to kind of stay put and just try to draft the positions of need. The current state of the team right now, we have a quality offensive line. Golf could potentially start again if necessary for year 4, but I almost wonder if we should go quarterback and then kind of let him take over, develop for a season, and hope we can keep a lot of these guys for year 5. We do need a tight end. We need interior defensive lineman, a corner, and a linebacker potentially. So we have the 8th overall pick. We'll see if we can get a quarterback. If not, we're gonna go in another direction. I know tight end is more of a need, and there isn't a quarterback that I'm willing to take right here at 8. So Kendrick Morton here, corner, we'll take him. We gotta be able to revamp up this secondary. Normal dev, 90 speed, a little bit of a reach right there. Well, now we'll go get our tight end, Fox, here in the 2nd round. It's a big body tight end. 52th in true rank, 82 speed. Not happy about that, and also normal dev. We have 2 more 2nd-round picks, pretty close together, so hopefully we can make some more moves. Nick Cates here. He's going to be a defensive lineman for us. Just kind of revamp this a little bit, and Gates is also a reach. Alani Haynes here, another defensive lineman. I'm hoping that we don't have 3 reaches in a row, and we do. So I got the draft capital, but I did not make the most out of it, I believe. I mean, we had 3 second-round picks, all very close together. It took 2 defensive linemen and a tight end. I do think the corner and the tight end will be starters and produce for us, but I think I kind of reached on these 2 defensive linemen pretty heavily. And there might have been better players. So yeah, I mean, we got a 74 overall corner. He will come in here day 1, be the guy, solidify more of this secondary up. We got a tight end who I believe was a 72 overall, if Madden will load. Fox here. Again, he will also be a day 1 starter. It's going to be tough to replace Sam Laporte's numbers, but the production is out there for someone on this offense. We brought in Reed to help out, and then we drafted 2 defensive linemen. I don't know how that's going to really work out. A couple receivers, the CPU got safety and a lineman, I believe. So let's get into year 4. Kind of a make it or break it type of season. Well, from year 3 to year 4, the roster looks very familiar. Then we have a downgrade at tight end, maybe a downgrade at even receiver. We're just kind of hoping that these guys can all come together at some point in this rebuild. Defensively, we're again hoping that the young players that we brought in can produce. We have a downgrade at corner as well. It's just time for St. Brown and Aidan Hutchinson not have to carry this team to 6 to 8 victories every year. It's time for the team to step it up, and hopefully year 4 is the year. Now, this is what I more expected. 5-2, halfway through the season. So far, so good. We're right now. Jared Goff playing okay. He's not turning the football over. We're able to run the football finally. It feels like it's taken us so long. And receiving-wise, we're producing at a high level as well. Defensively, Jack Campbell leading the way in tackles. Aidan Hutchinson is providing. And our rookie corner is providing as well. But it looks like we've been able to figure out how to run the football. That's a good sight to see. We have $7 million to re-sign players. And it looks like we're gonna really be letting a lot of these guys go. So, yeah, let's get into, hopefully, the playoffs. I would love to see us get to the postseason. Sorry about that, my game crashed. But we went 14-3. We're currently the #1 seed. This is the first time in any of my 5-year rebuilds we have made it to officially the #1 seed. That is so surprising to me. 30 touchdowns, 5 picks here for Jared Goff. Really showing that his career won't die just yet. And how did we get to this point? Well, we were able to run the football. And this is the first time in this, these 4 years now. Javon Gibbs actually had 1,000 yards. He had 22 touchdowns as well. St. Brown, he had a great season. Reed also provided. Devontae Edwards here showed up. And this comes at a perfect time. So hopefully we can win some playoff games here. Malik McNeil and Aidan Hutchinson were the 2 sack masters. Got plenty of turnovers. This team is very good. And we should have been doing this more consistently. But hey, we made it to the postseason. We have the Philadelphia Eagles here in the divisional round. Can we beat them? Go to the championship game? It looks like we were one and done. Yep, we lost 34-17. Looks like Goff threw a late game interception. Struggled to run the football. That is not a good sight to see. 0-1 in the postseason. But hopefully that can give some of the players more interest in coming here. In terms of the Pro Bowl list, Jared Goff, Gibbs, they both made it in. St. Brown got in as well. No one at tight end. Andrew Thomas got in. Frank Ragnow, as well as Penei Sewell. So 3 out of 5 offensive linemen are us. We had 1 defensive lineman in Hutchinson. And then defensively, no one else. Oh, Kirby Joseph got in. Kirby Joseph. So, few Pro Bowlers, but 0-1 in the playoffs, not what you want to see. So, the Super Bowl, will it be the Chiefs or the Eagles? Who wins it? And it will be the Philadelphia Eagles. Cooper DeShane, he's the MVP, 35-24 over the Chiefs. So we have a little bit of taste of victory, but now we're losing a lot of key starters. No one to retirement, but we're most likely losing a bulk of the roster. And this is going to be tough to attempt to keep anyone right now. $1 million to work with. Branch needs a new deal. Same with Gibbs. Frankenstaw here. We have, what? Starting safety, running back, corner, linebacker. Josh Hutchins here. We'll pick up this 5th-year option for defensive lineman, offensive lineman, everyone basically on the defense needs a new deal. Can we save any money? That's truly the question right now. In terms of savings, we could look to move off of Goff, but it won't be enough to re-sign too many players. We could move off of St. Brown, Penei Sewell as well, Andrew Thomas. This could be a contract we look to move off of, try to figure out tackle later. But let me try to restructure these 2 deals. We can do that with Penei Sewell, so that's nice at least. That should give us a little bit more flexibility. And then for Andrew Thomas, I don't know if I can. We can't. So We'll also do that with our 2 tackle situation. If there's anyone else, if I can, I will. So I was able to renegotiate and get $44 million. So we have now money. So now who do we prioritize? That's really then the question. So let's start from the back end here. So no one here. I think it kind of gets up to... I mean, Chris here could be a solid option to bring back. And then we don't have to re-sign Ricky. That would save us some money. So Christian here, he does not want to come back. Wingo here. For right now, I'm not going to stay out of this. Chris here, or Ricky, excuse me. I think we start here with Ali McNeil. Try to give him... Oh my goodness, he wants a ton of money for 2 seasons. Man, this is tough. Can we get you to come back? And he re-signed, so we get a corner. McNeil is probably going to be out. Jack Campbell, Jamar Gibbs. I know how hard it is to find a starting running back. So we do bring back Gibbs, hoping that this past year is not a fluke. And then we're going to go after Wingo. Yeah. Offer him this 2-year deal. He re-signs $11 million now. So we kept the defensive lineman. Ricky kind of becomes an important piece if we want to keep the offensive line together and then try to figure out more defense in the draft. So Ricky here, he does re-sign. Now, which one of these guys do I want to tag? I think we tag Branch. And the reason I'm doing that is so then I don't have to go into open free agency trying to figure out every corner or the entire secondary. We have our linebackers if we need to start them. We brought back Wingo, so that allows us to let Aline McNeil walk. So currently right now, we have our 5 starting offensive linemen. We have our quarterback, we have our 3 receivers and tight end. Offense is set with all those moves. Defensively, on the other hand, we don't have to think about corner, don't have to think about safety, and linebacker and defensive line becomes still the most important needs. We don't have a lot of money. We're actually -16, so we're gonna just go to the draft. Year 5 will again just be a draft class that we're bringing in to this roster to improve it. So this will most likely be more of a defensive heavy class, and we're probably gonna rely on Goff again to be the starter. And because of the fact that we had such a good season in year 4, we had the #1 seed, we pick at 28. So we're kind of picking the bottom of the barrel here, but we're gonna go with Rashad here. He's a defensive lineman. Maybe reached a little bit, but I'm trying to help out the positions and needs. Deontay Wilborn, linebacker, just trying to, again, this is gonna be a defensive heavy load. 91 speed, hidden dev, so happy about that selection. Then we're gonna stay on the defensive line, gonna go again a defensive lineman. We went all front 7 here. Hidden dev, that's happy. But we went all defense here. I'm hoping that, because of the fact that we kept the band together offensively, I'm hoping that they can stay and produce. We lost a couple key starters on the defensive side of the ball, so we went more defense. And I mean, none of these guys will be day 1 starters most likely, but at least maybe they will get on the field in certain ways. But all of them are above a 70. Deontay here will probably be the most likely this day 1 starter on the defensive side of the ball. And again, we're gonna go with Jared Goff here. Goff will be the quarterback for year 5. And year 5 is, can we have a repeat? Or is it gonna be much of the same from the first 3 years? And this will be the team for year 5. You know, we have a good offense here. We had 3 Pro Bowlers and Ragnow, Thomas, and Penny Sewell. We have a lot of good offensive weapons. We have Goff. Defensively, I would say we kind of improved. We helped out the inside linebacker position. It's just, can this team put it all together for us for year 5 again? Win, 10 plus games. We shall see here. If you guys liked today's video, please leave a like, comment down below what you thought of today's action, and don't forget to subscribe. I know the first 3 years were interesting. I mean, didn't make the postseason once, and for the last 3 off seasons, we haven't really been able to make any free agent signings. I think the only one we've made was Jalen Reed at receiver, which you could sit here and say, should have we just kept Williams instead of getting the draft capital? And I think you would have been right, but we got Andrew Thomas. It's a give and take here. You never really know. So year 5. What happens? Do we make it back to the postseason, or will I be ending the video in the next couple minutes? We go 7-10, no playoffs again. So we had one postseason run, which put us in a position to be the #1 seed, be the best team in the league. And Jared Goff, 30 touchdowns, 11 picks. I mean, Goff had I would sit here and say, for 5 years, if this is the next thing that you see from Jared Goff, I think you would be happy if you're a Lions fan. 30 plus touchdowns every single season. He had a couple years where he throws a lot of interceptions, but he produced. Our running game did not. Jamal Gibbs here was very much of a bust, even at 95 overall, top 6 running back in the league. It's kind of unfortunate there. St. Brown produced, Jalen Reed helped out. Edwards here developed into a quality #3 receiver. Nothing super special, but that shouldn't change any facts. Fox developed nicely. Offensive line maybe took a step back. Our first ever pick, Josh Hutchinson here, never developed into that cover linebacker that I hope he would have. But he still produced in terms of tackling. Aidan Hutchinson provided. Wingo here, he produced finally, but it was just not enough. It goes 7-10. One winning record, 1 playoff appearance. It's just unfortunate. I don't know if I'm cursed. I don't know what the heck I'm doing wrong. So guys, let me know down below what I am doing wrong. Subscribe to the channel if you want to continue seeing me struggle in rebuilding teams in 5 seasons. Like I said at the end of the last video, or during the last video, the next rebuild where I am sitting down and playing each individual game, that rebuild will be starting in October. I want September to be these 5-year rebuilds, specifically the NFC. At some point in time, I will shift gears to the AFC, but that's probably more in November, maybe Thanksgiving time, I would sit here and say. But guys, like today's video, subscribe. It really helps me out. I appreciate all the love and support, and I will see you in the next one.